Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Algarve International Circuit here in Portugal, the Portimao circuit, and it is raining. It's going to be a little bit moist out there, folks. It's going to be a little bit wet. The drivers will be getting set up, but welcome indeed. We are live across the world. Doesn't matter where you are in the world, you can pick us up on YouTube. And tonight, joining me in the commentary box, nice and dry and in the warmth, is Carl Edens. Carl, how are you, sir?
I'm great, Gav. It's lovely view from the commentary box here, nice and dry.
Exactly. This is exactly what we want. We were literally just talking, folks. Carl and I were just talking before we came in.
I feel like I jinxed it though, because I did say about a wet rain before the stream started. So this one's on me, lads.
Well, Imola last week for race 2, we did have rain. So again, it's going to be interesting to see how everybody gets on. Let's just now have a quick look. We've got Tomo on the Red Bull on his intermediate tyres at the moment. So again, it's going to be interesting to see who does come out. I think it's probably a little bit too dry, shall we say, for the wet tyres at the moment. But this is very reminiscent of Portugal 2020 real life, where it was raining at the start of the race. Oh, and Grimmo was just looking at soft tyres. He hasn't left the pitch yet. No, he's gone on to intermediates. He was clearly just playing games with us there, Carl. One of the Red Bulls just going round there on the warm-up lap.
That was Monster.
Yeah, so it's a 4.6 kilometre, 2.8 mile race circuit located in the Algarve region in Portugal. Held its first Formula One race in 2020 as part of the COVID hit 2020 season. Back on the calendar this season. It was the first Portuguese Grand Prix in 2020 since the 1996 Portuguese Grand Prix held at the Estoril circuit, the year that Damon Hill became world champion. So what we're going to do, we're just going to jump on board with Tomo. We'd seem to have, folks, again, the little glitch we had this time last week where there's no sound coming through from the game. It did rectify itself into the race settings, so we'll just keep an eye on that. But here we have Tomo coming over the start-finish line as he's coming now down into turn 1. Very much in the dry, you could probably look at getting away with going sort of 6th gear, but certainly in these conditions you're not going to be looking to do that. Turn 2 very much flat out. He's into turn 3 now, got to keep it right. Turn 4 here, blind crested hill, got to watch the rear end, might step out DRS zone when DRS is activated. Coming now down into turn 5, that kind of left hairpin, slam on the brakes, usually in the dry around about 65 to 70 metres, and he gets a little bit squirrely. The rear end steps out there. Great car control there, though, to keep it on. As we're now coming up into turn 7 again, left slightly, and then this turn 8 called Samsung. Got to watch you don't get on the curb too much, because it is going to offsettle the car, because there's a difference in camber as you climb there. Again, a bit squirrely as he now comes out through the Craig Jones. Tom Brown goes top at the moment, 129.6, good banker lap for him. Coming in, and Tom's just got to watch it. He does run that little bit wide, and it's very difficult because, again, I don't think a lot of these drivers will have practiced in the wet conditions as he now comes up into turn 13, and then as we come now down into 14, and 14 is going to be just about getting the braking area right and then being able to get the power on for that long sweeping run through turn 15 and then through the start finish straight. So again, we'll stay on board till the end of the lap. He comes through and we will see what he is going to do. Current fastest 129.6, and Tomo puts it 129.8, goes third, but Ollie T 129.2 in that Ferrari.
Darmelet with a 28.2. And then
Superb.
Hornet with a 27.8. Bloody hell.
So the times are starting to tumble. We're just looking at Loppy, who goes 9th with a 129.9 as well. Evil Homer in the Williams just now, just coming down into turn 5 there. Again, as we were saying though, Carl, I personally, I've not tried this track in the wet conditions, so it's going to be interesting to see if the wet conditions are forecast for the race. Those who are racing, please let us know through the YouTube comments and the Discord link, because if it is going to be a wet race, and I think it might actually, is it going to be a wet race? Who very much knows? But we will keep an eye on that. And Evil Homer, and again, similar to turn 8 there, Carl, where you're it's climbing turn turn 11, Portimao, which kind of drops off, and you have to watch that you don't lose the rear end there. Dumbest Hornet still quickest, 127.8. Jacob's running 2
just
seconds.
Gone second on a
28.1. Wet quality and dry race. That's right, wet quality and dry race. Thank you, Rob.
So I wonder who's going to take the gamble with a dry setup then.
Exactly. Eva Homer near enough, fully using his ERS, and he goes into 6th, but he got a bit leery off of the sort of turn 15 at that moment. Mark in the Merc, 130.3 at the moment. We're just on with Alex now in the second Williams, Monster top, 127.5. So again,
he's definitely outworking everybody in the wet.
Yeah, and you can see a lot of the drivers that going for a number of laps on those intermediate tyres, because again, the more laps they do, the better that they're rubbering in, the better that they're getting the heat cycle through them as well, and they are ultimately going to give more grip. We're just going to watch Alex complete his lap currently. Is he going to hit 127s? Oh, he does, 127.7. So a good lap there from Alex. And let's just go and follow a couple of the others who are on their outlaps.
Guy's just correcting himself. He's spun.
Yes.
I think around about turn 4.
And it's easy enough to spin, especially on that turn 4, that blind curve. We're just on board, so we're just watching Ghetto Biggie at the moment in the Alpine. Ollie's T's gone. Oh, so hopefully, and that's just off of turn 11. So we'll watch Ghetto Biggie just now. Oh, he's lost it as he comes out of the corner of turn 11, Portimao. He's just obviously gotten the power a bit too quickly. Car is veered to the right and hit the barriers there. So yellow sector there. His car has been cleared. We do go green for that particular sector. But we are currently watching Ghetto Biggie. He'll be looking to set his first lap time at the moment. Again, though, that Carl, these drivers are very much going to be looking to have a number of laps out there. They'll have filled the cars up, so again, fuel load will be there. But you're right, who's gonna be on that wet strategy to get good qualifying, or they sacrifice it to have speed through the race?
What would you do?
I see. This is the thing, though. The setup, I would say, the setup that I've got is very much dry focused. There is some downforce in there, but I would say I wouldn't look forward to a wet race. Let's put it that way.
Mind you, I won't mind a wet race, and we all know
of course. Well, this is the thing. We've got, what was it? We had all 3 tiers, I think, had wet races at some point at Imola, just last time out. So again, we're just going to be interested in just watching Ghetto Biggie.
Mind you, it did start to rain towards the end of tier 3.
Alex has left the session as well. Let's hope that's just not. Let's just hope that's not a bit of gremlins. Yeah.
But yeah, it rained towards the end of tier 3's race, but the conditions didn't really affect because we were allowed to stay out on those dry tyres. It weren't that wet towards the end. And
that's key. Just Ghetto Biggie just coming around turn 13 just now. He'll be using this very much as his banker lap. He hasn't invalidated it, which is good to see. Turning now out of turn 14 through turn 15, that kind of long, you just want to keep the power down. It's going to drive you all the way down the pit straight, and he's going to come over the line into the 29s. He does indeed, or 128.6, so up into 11th place at the moment. Just watching Grimo at the moment on the other Alpine.
I'm just following my fellow Aston driver, Stube, who's gone purple in sector 2.
Excellent. We'll keep progress on that. We've got yellow flag out. One of the Hasses has went round in turn 1 and 2, and that was Dan Alexo on the outlap. Don't know whether potentially went round or potentially just getting out of people's way. And again, it's a difficult track to get out of people's way. You have to watch. You do have to sometimes go off track.
Steve's gone 8th, 28-2.
Indeed. So Dumbest Hornet still out there, as is Monster. So we'll just go on board with Dumbest Hornet as he comes into the Samsung corner, turn 8. Very easy, that inside in that sausage curb there, and you can see it just unsettles the car, and you don't want to be going all too near that sausage curb. There's a few sausage curbs on this circuit, turns 1, 3, I think 5 and 8. You don't want to be going too near them.
I've just jumped on with Monster, and he went purple in sector 2, but he ran slightly wide out of turn 15 and got the lap invalidated.
Grimo now up to second, and Smith 96 goes top with a 127.2. Is people starting to stretch their legs here? So we'll just and Ghetto Biggie goes second. So on his second lap again, that's where the tyre temperatures are starting to build up. People are looking good there. Monster, I think he's going to be in the pits this lap.
It seems to take a lot of the drivers at least 2, 3, maybe 4 laps to get their eye in.
Is indeed. Good, Jacob is just getting out of the way. Mark's in the pits. Stu just jumping in the pits. There's an interesting, again, talking about...
Monster's the yellow flag in sector 2. Guy 26.9 by Guy. Wow. He was right down the bottom of the order, struggling to find his... probably struggling to set a decent lap, and he's just gone and smashed it straight into the 126s.
Yes, we're just Smith 96 just 0.3 of a second down on his personal best at the moment, which is currently good enough for a provisional front row space. He is just coming around all the way, is kind of backed out of it, likely. Will be coming in the pits. Got a yellow, again, very quickly cleared. So everyone now beginning to just look at going into the pits. Probably we've got Alex on his outlap, we've got Mark on an outlap, and Tomo on an outlap. So we'll keep an eye on them. Dumbest Hornet also just coming in and then going straight back out again. But it's very much a roller coaster of a circuit. It's very, in terms of the elevation changes that are there as well. And we've got 33 laps of it, which everyone will be thrilled about.
As Lando Norris once said, I think it was at Austin, I'm moving up and down side to side like a roller coaster.
Well, this is a
circuit. But his famous radio message while in practice at this one at Portimao was when I think he was going down the... Was it? No, it was at. It wasn't this one. It was at one of the Italian ones last year, and he was going down the start-finish straight, and he was singing to his heart's content then.
He was. We're just watching Alex in stream. He was 0.3 of a second quicker at the end of the first sector on his fastest lap, which is currently good enough for 8th, which is going to keep on board with him as he comes through into that turn 10 and 11 Portimao complex. Again, very easy to get the car offset. He does get the back end out, but nicely controlled as he comes through a 10th up at the moment. If he was to continue that, it would be good enough to take him into provisional 5th place. So there is a lot riding on it. 300ths of a second between 5th place Nikolak and Alex in 8th at the moment. So we're just going to stay with Alex as he comes round the final long corner. He's fully utilised all his ERS. He doesn't have any more deployment. Therefore, is he going to jump in? He does, and he goes into third, a 127.3. He didn't just gain a 10th of a second in the final sector. He gained 4 tenths. Superb. There is a lot of time to be gained, though, and this is it.
And with the track evolution as well, with them constantly doing lap after lap after lap, it will bring us. I'm on board with Tomo, and the back end stepped out, and
he's doing some he's doing some tractoring at the moment at turn 8.
I think he's getting the spins out the way now.
Yes, we don't talk about that. I promised I wouldn't talk about. Promised I wouldn't talk about anything. Commentators curse for that. As I said, we've got an Aston Martin as well that's around, or is he just getting out of the way? Is that are we missing an Aston Martin? No, I think it might just be Dumbest Hornet just getting out of the way of people. It's always, and it's again just keeping an eye on that track map in the bottom right where we can see those kind of yellow flags.
Mind you, as I've just seen Scott losing it out of turn 5 at the slow hairpin.
Yeah, we're just watching Nico
I
Lack.
just had to count the corners then. I apologise. I'm
That's
so
all right.
bad.
We're just watching Nico Lack as he's coming to the end of his lap. At the moment, he was just 0.02 of a second down on his fastest. Again, he'll be looking to do an Alex, which would be to eke out a good 0.4. Is he going to come across the line? Currently 6th place and goes second. So he makes near enough another 0.4 in that final sector. So there is pace there, because that final sector is literally that turn 13 where you want to try and get the grip, and then turn 14, which is going to give you that run all the way down over the start finish straight. So lots of time to be gained. Yeah, and then it's
literally just flat all the way around turn 15.
It is indeed. So keep an eye. We've got 2 minutes remaining, folks. 16 minutes have gone by already. Monster just running wide on his outlap. That possibly will have invalidated his lap that he's on, but we'll just keep an eye. Mark was 9th from what was, I think, 12th or 11th before. We've got a spinner.
Sorry to butt in, Gab, but I reckon looking at those at the bottom of the order, I'm wondering if they've gone for a dry setup and those near the top have gone more for a wet.
It is going to be an interesting one, though. I mean, what are we talking about? We're talking the difference, gap to the leader of what? We're talking top 10 is within 1.2 seconds. So there is a balance there. But I just wonder. I think you have to go for the kind of dry setup if you know it's going to be dry. In the race, you kind of have to go with that. We know that the dry...
Alex has just gone top with a 26.7.
He has indeed. We got Scott absolutely in the Mercedes. We just caught it towards the end. Coming through Craig Jones, absolutely seemed to lose the rear end, absolutely went flying. He didn't even make turn 10 and 11, absolutely went sideways into the barrier.
222's retired as well.
Oh, we've got people aplenty, folks. We said in Imola, do not stop watching until the final corner. It's even the same in qualifying. So we've lost Tomo 222 and we've lost Scott. Scott in the Mercedes was flying, but in the wrong sense of the word there, folks.
To infinity and beyond.
It's something like that. Just watching Jacob.
Martin's improved to 15.
Oh, and Loppy's been disqualified for the session for going the wrong way again. It's one of the joys of this game is if you do spin and you're trying to come back. We're just watching Jacob. Jacob's went purple and 2.
Top.
We've got Jacob purple and 2. Yep.
That is very close between Hornet and Alex. Very close.
Yeah, we're just going to keep an eye on
732, 740.
Jacob. I think Jacob might, has he? He hasn't improved. Well, he did improve 0.05 of a second. So we're now seeing. So let's just jump back up to Monster. He's 0.2 down at the moment. Alex has gone across the line. He doesn't better his time. So at the moment it is Dumbest Hornet in provisional pole. Monster around about 0.2 of a second down. We're at Guy now, and he's just coming through turn 15. And Nico Lack has gone through and he's completed his lap as well. Let's see what Guy can do. He's fully utilised all of his ERS already, and he doesn't
improve. A slight improvement.
Yeah, and Monster's run wide just before the pit straight as well, so he finishes. Who else can challenge? Ghetto Biggie at the moment, but he's on a slower lap. He's going to jump into the pits.
His would have been invalidated anyway.
Yeah, we've got Mark in the Mercedes now, and he's coming across the line, and he goes into 6, half a second, 0.6 of a second improvement there. And Morgan's lost a front wing. He has.
Stu's got no front wing either.
Yeah. It's not going to give you much time there, and he's going to dive into the pit lanes there. And there we have it, folks. Qualifying over for the Portuguese Grand Prix. And it's an Aston Martin that is on pole position with Dumbest Hornet. We then have Alex second on the front row. Second row is going to be a Red Bull and a Ferrari, Monster and Guy. We've got Nico Lack and Mark at 5th and 6th. With Smith 96 and Ghetto Biggie 7th and 8th. We then got the other Alpine in 9th of Grimo, and then 10th for Damalek. Stube in the Aston Martin 11th. Jacob Fire Rooster 12th. Evil Homer and Ollie T 13th, 14th. Martin Hills 15th. Tomo 222 16th. Dear Voice and Scott 17th and 18th. Tom Brown and Loppy towards the end. And there is the sound of those V6 turbo hybrid engines. They are back for us. So as we have this slight lull between qualifying and I'll tell you one thing though, if you're Alex, 100th of a second, and I mean that is
1,000ths of a second between first and second. You beauty!
And that is just fract. I mean, you can't even blink that quickly.
No, you can't.
But as we're now in this kind of bit of a lull, it's going to be interesting to see in terms of strategy, etc., as to who does what. We know that it's likely to be a one-stopper. I think when we've looked at the strategies that Rob has kindly provided for us, a one-stop strategy: start on the softs, go onto the hards around about lap 12 seems to be the most optimum time in terms of it. But then when you look at the two-stopper, you're only losing about 9 seconds between a one and a two-stopper. So going soft, medium, soft. Or soft, medium, depending on however you want to be. But there we have the golden sunshine here at Portimao in Portugal. There is no rain and clouds, it is blue skies and it is sunshine. And again, it's going to be interesting to see how people are set up in terms of tyres. Some people could burn through their tyres quite quickly. But in practice yesterday, Carl, we seen Mark go for a solid 20-lap run on those hard tyres. He described it as boring and uneventful, but I'm sure if he can make that happen again in the race, he'll be a happy man.
Yeah, he went full hard, as you put it,
yes.
in practice.
there was some slight slips of the tongue there, folks. And again, folks who are watching us, wherever you are in the world, do check out the YouTube stream. All of the races from Season 4 and Season 5 and free practice sessions are there as well. If you're interested to join us, leave comments, join the Discord server. So let's have a look as we go through the grid. And there we go. We've got an absolute thrall of choices here. So we've got the top two on soft compound tyres. We therefore have a front row that's going to be looking to get away from Monster, who's taken on the medium tyre in third place. Yes, Rob and Gingina, Mark was hards for a long time yesterday. It was an impressive run, near enough 30 minutes of solid running there. Guy in the softs, fourth. We've got Nico Lack in the fifth. Mark has gone into the hards. He did say he wasn't going to disappoint me today. I said, you've got to make sure that you deliver on that practice. He's going there on the hard compound tyres. Smith 96 is going on the mediums, as is Ghetto Biggie. The Alpine splitting their strategy between medium and hard compound tyres. Damelek in the Haas, he's gone on to the softs. We've got Stub in the Aston Martin, Morgan going for the mediums, and Jacob also going for the mediums. Evil Homer, 13th on the grid, hopefully not the unlucky number for him. He did start on pole position at Imola this time last week. He is on the softs. Ollie T in the Ferrari going on those mediums. We've got Martin going on the soft compound tyres. We've then got a trio of hards, which is Tomo, Iravoice and Scott. And then rounding out the top 20, we've got Tom Brown and Loppy both on the softs. So there is a huge strategy battle here, Carl, which is going to be absolutely interesting to see. We've got the hard runner of Mark starting in 6th. We've then not got hard runners down to 16, 17 and 18, but we've got some really quick drivers in the middle of the pack there who are going on alternate strategies.
It's like I tend to say to my mum when I watch the Grand Prix with her, when it's raining, the rain acts as like a neutraliser. It neutralises everybody, and it's down to your driver's skill rather than what the car can do.
It is indeed. They are now. And
you can pretty much say Mark is the hard expert.
Well, it is certainly he will be. I don't think I've seen anyone else do 20 laps of hard run. Although to be fair, I don't know if it was Guy. Someone yesterday did do 20 laps on the soft compound tyres as well.
I saw that because I was watching the stream and I thought that was mad.
It was an interesting one. But we are lining up, folks, here at Portimao. The grid is ready. The green flag at the back is ready to go. We are watching the teams at the moment. And here we go. We are waiting. Well, we have 3 red lights. We have 4. We have 5. And we are underway here at Portimao, and a great start from Dumbest Hornet there. He keeps their guy up into third, Monsters drop down into fourth, but look, Alex absolutely going up the inside as we go into turn one. We've got to make sure there's no contact in there. Dumbest Hornet, pole sitter, we'll come back to that in a wee second. Pole sitter, Dumbest Hornet, we've lost the front wing there. There is a Ferrari, I think, that's potentially lost the front wing end plate there by Alex in the Williams, currently there, and it's guy who's lost the right-hand side of his front wing, which is unfortunate for him. He is challenging up the inside of Alex as we come into turn 5 here. It's going to be brave, considering he doesn't have part of a front wing. Got to keep it clean, make sure Alex is going to want to get through there. Monster up there outside of Dumbest Hornet as we go through. But as we come into turn 7 and 8, this is where Guy is really going to struggle. He has to pay the end of this lap. He's on the soft compound tyres. He would have looked for better off the start. He did lose that front wing end plate. But you said, I think, was it Jacob that went round near the
it was Jacob that made contact. There was there was a lot of ping pong towards in that first corner towards the back of the pack.
Carl, Guy couldn't get slowed down as we came into turn 10 there and gave Alex a bit of a kiss on the rear. But Smith now up into third place. Guy fighting him, and you've almost got to say Guy's going to have to go into the pits. He doesn't want to incur any penalties or anything like that. Monster does go past him, and Nico Lack in there as well. Mark, the first of the hard compound tyres. Oh, we've got front wing's got a plenty, and we've got one of the Aston Martins who's gone round. It's Nico Lack. Unfortunately for him, he's lost the front wing. There was contact there as they were coming through turn 15, virtual safety car, and it all involved where Guy was, it seemed to be in the middle of it, unfortunately. So he is there. Ghetto Biggie's falling down the field as well. He is in the pit lane. He's changing his front wing. Ollie T's having to wait because of the Ferrari, and Guy horrendous position for the Ferraris at the moment. Nico Lack also in the pits there, and Damalek also into the pit. So we got 5 runners already. Martin got a 3-second penalty for track limits already. Very easy thing to do, and we'll touch on that shortly. But what a start we've had to this race. Guy getting past Ghetto Biggie there just as they were coming out of the pits for that virtual safety car.
Would you say that Guy?
Guy's.
He was trying. I think he was trying to get the position back. There was lack of communication.
Yeah, Ghetto Biggie lost a front wing end plate, so he's going to be back into the pits for a second time in all but 2 laps at the moment, folks.
I think there was a bit of lack of communication because I think Guy was dropping back to let Ghetto Biggie through because of overtaking him coming out the pits under the virtual safety car, which you cannot do.
Yeah, so virtual safety car conditions, folks, and we are green again. And they are underway.
Martin drive through.
Oh, and this is the thing.
Too early.
Virtual safety car gives you a time delta that you're ultimately driving against, and if you exceed that, you get around about 13-14 seconds to correct yourself. If you don't, then you are in trouble, and we'll get that drive-through penalty. And we've got Smith and Dumbest Hornet, and Smith's trying to go up the inside as we go in. He's just given that time. You don't want to necessarily put your nose up the inside too early and risk it. And there was a little tap.
Martin serving his drive-through.
Yeah, it's a sensible move to take at this point in time. DRS is now available, and Smith is right on the rear wing of Dumbest Hornet. Scott got a 3-second penalty, but as they come down into turn 5, Smith is through into second place. Slammed on the anchors there. Dumbest Hornet will certainly have a bit of a grip advantage, but that is starting to go away potentially already. Got Monster in the Red Bull there, and Mark, first of the hard compound tyres, he's laughing. He's sitting there looking at everything that's going off in front of him. And Dumbest Hornet, we've got Smith, he's gone round as well. And he's gone round in turn 8 in Samsung, and we said this exactly before the race. That corner can take you out, and you can be down the field in no time, and it has cost Smith, who had just got up into second.
I think Scott did the exact same thing.
He has. We've just seen that. Guy got a 3-second penalty. He is trying to get back.
Scott's missing a front wing as well.
Oh, it's unlucky for him. And let's just jump back to the front. We've got Alex in the Williams, 2.7 seconds clear. He's ahead of the DRS zone, so he's not under threat from that. Dumbest Hornet and the Aston Martin. So the top 2 on those soft compound tyres, Alex, 1.2 and 1.1. We've got Monster, though, who is absolutely going. He's going to do it. He's going to go up in the inside. He does indeed. And the DRS is powerful around here.
It is, especially when you hook it up in the slipstream as well, a bit like Mexico.
Indeed, Mark up into 4th, Grimo into 5th, and Stu just behind him. So soft compound against medium compound. Let's just jump on board with Morgan at the moment in the Aston Martin, and he's going to get DRS activation. He does indeed. Rear wing end plate open. And is he going to look for a move? No, he doesn't. He does. Oh, he breaks really later. Kind of goes quite deep into that hairpin. Guy 120.9 on those hard compound tyres. That shows his pace. What he really needs now is a safety car at the present moment. But Alex absolutely flying, as we're saying. 3.3 seconds out in the lead at the moment on those soft compound tyres. Just got to keep it going, and he's purple in sector 2. Monster now second. He has passed Dumbest Hornet as well.
I think Tomo's spun. Turn 8.
He has indeed. Turn 8 is claiming more victims this evening. They're almost doing a Valtteri Bottas from yesterday. Except possibly not being tapped.
F1 or Strictly Come Dancing?
Alex goes quick, fastest man on try 120.6. Great lap time. Smith 96 on those medium compound. So after that spin on turn 8, just beginning to go. Tom Brown in the Alpha Tauri, standing in tonight. Absolutely, again, superb. We've got and Smith, he's lost it. He was literally coming out of turn 15 there, went round straight into the pits. Not sure if that was planned. Certainly the spin wasn't planned, but he has lost the front wing. He is into the pits. We are on board with him at the moment. Don't know whether he just got a snap of oversteer and it collected him, but he is in the pits. Let's just see what happens with him.
Tom made a mistake.
Oh, we've got it all happening here today, folks. So the Alfa Romeo and
made a mistake in turn 2.
And Smith's onto the soft compound tyres. Monster 3 second time penalty. Our second place runner now getting a 3 second time penalty there. So again, 3.8 seconds the lead at the moment, Alex there. But Dumbest Hornet is chasing down Monster. Let's just jump on board with the Aston Martin. Now his tyres will be beginning to go off as we come through the next sort of 4 to 5 laps. So he's going to be key to make sure that he can stay up with their mark, and those hard compound tyres a further 3.6 seconds back. It is all action aplenty here at Portimao, folks. Yellow in sector 2. We've got a Red Bull.
Tomo again, turn 8.
We're just on board, keeping on board with Dumbest Hornet. I don't know whether Tom has potentially lost part of the front wing end plate or that. We will have a look, but Monster is staying ahead. Dumbest Hornet gaining, but not gaining enough.
I think there is a bit of damage to that Red Bull because he's not very good in the corners, so he's probably lacking a slight bit of downforce. So
I think Dumbest Hornet is going to have Monster as they come down into turn 5, and that was with the aid of DRS. We're looking to the right of the Red Bull, looking behind now from the Aston Martin, and he takes second from Monster. Again, though, different tyre strategies, soft versus medium. Dumbest Hornet needs to make that grip count at the moment, because he will likely go onto the hards very shortly. Remember, these tyres have not gone through a qualifying simulation, so they are still in peak condition. Grimo chasing down Mark in the Mercedes, only about a second between them at the moment. You were talking about Tomo. Oh, we've got one of the I was just saying there as Jacob and Loppe and Stubb there all getting close together. Loppe seemed to be very slow there, and Jacob almost pushing him along there with his front wing. We're just seeing them at the moment. We'll just stay on board with that battle. Loppe's struggling. Jacob's pushing him along. I don't know whether there's a bit of damage on Loppe's Haas there. Is he going to come into the pits? We are monitoring. Is he? I don't think he is. No, he doesn't, but Jacob is going to have him, and the chances are Stubb is going
to get a double toe out of this.
He is, but I think he's too far behind.
Yeah,
he is indeed. He is indeed.
Jacob makes the place.
He does. The two Alpha Tauris are close on track, 10th and 11th at the moment. Tom Brown on those hard compound tyres, and his teammate, Ira Voice on the hards, and his teammate Tom Brown on those soft compound tyres. But already you are looking at a pit stop here is probably going to cost you around about 20-21 seconds. So if you're Alex, who's got 4.6 seconds in his pocket at the moment, you would be looking at coming out around about 8th place. And we're just keeping this battle of the Alpha Tauris.
You got Lurpy looking to retake Jacob back.
Yep, we just jumped on board.
Had a look round the outside, but not quite close enough. But he did show his hand, popped his head out the door and gone, I'm here.
He is. He's got to do that very fine balance of attack and defend at the same time. Yes. He's got Jacob in front, but he's got Morgan right behind. We are going to jump on board with Jacob as we look from the rear wing of that McLaren keeping on board also that Mark and Grimmo getting close together. Let's just follow Grimmo as he's coming into turn 1. He's absolutely always just, he's not going to put his nose down as we go through. Jacob back on board, looking from behind. Loppy too far behind on this occasion. Loppy taking the slightly touristy line into turn 1.
Guy, I think, is lining up Martin now to go down round turn 15 and then into the DRS zone, and you've got Damalek behind as well.
Yep, we're just watching the Ferrari. Guy passed on those hard compound tyres. Martin is going to try and get the slipstream. He's got Damalek behind him, and he's to the left of him as well. Oh, they're going in the grass! Oh, that's reminiscent of Alonso and Vettel in Italy, and also Schumacher and Barrichello in Hungary 2010.
That could have ended nasty.
It could have been. We're just switching to the left, to the right.
But the respect between the drivers to do that at such a high speed.
Damalek's past Martin as they go into turn 5. Hear a voice getting that 3-second penalty. Passes aplenty, folks, here at Portimao. We are going to jump back up to the battle that is Jacob Loppy and stood for 6th, 7th and 8th place. As they come into the start-finish straight.
I'm wondering now that wonder if the soft tyres are going to start dropping off about now.
They may well do. I mean, they said about 12 laps. I think Loppy's going to certainly go for Jacob. Is he going to be brave enough to go down the inside? He's not. And again, this is the thing. You've got to get that really good run out of the final corner. Otherwise, you can be a bit of a sitting duck. Let us go down to the battle between Damalek, single track, and Ollie T. Ollie T is around about 0.6 of a second behind the McLaren, and Martin just weaving slightly to try and knock him out of the slipstream. Is Ollie T going to go up the inside? No, he doesn't. He knows better than that at this point. Jump back on.
The battle for 6th, 7th and 8th.
Oh, we've got Aston Martin round. We've got Aston Martin. Oh, it is. The turn 8 has caught another victim. Turn 8 called Samsung.
Ollie T's gone past Martin. Ran wide in the process. Gives the place back, I think, as well.
He does. And the field's very spread out now, so we've already got Tomo 222 1 lap down. We've got Ghetto Biggie, who is near enough 1 minute 14 behind, and Scott also 1 minute 10 behind. And there we go, single track in Ollie T. Ollie T's lost his front wing. Don't know whether he just didn't quite appreciate the braking distances, but they came together hard. And we've got Damalek and Nico Lack's gone through. Hopefully that hasn't done too much damage to the McLaren, but the Ferrari is missing its left side front wing end plate, so another pit stop that's going to be required for Ollie, who's going to be on his second. Ghetto Biggie's had to stop twice as well due to unfortunate issues.
Evil Homer chasing down Stube for 8th after Stube lost it in turn 8 the lap before.
He has. Just joining back at our friends up at the top of the timing sheets in the moment. Alex, 5.8 seconds clear of Dumbest Hornet in the Aston Martin. Monster just a further 1.5 seconds behind in that Red Bull, but crucially for Monster, he is on the medium compound tyres as opposed to the two in front who are on the softs. But the one who is sitting lurking, almost clasping his hands in glee at the moment, is Mark on that hard compound Mercedes runner. Smith 96 getting 3-second penalty there, but Mark is going to be just counting the laps as he goes. He doesn't need to necessarily blast it out in terms of the times or anything like that. He just needs to keep it consistent. He can get that hard compound to maybe laps 20-21 and then put on that pair of soft compound tyres to the end. Just Jacob and Loppy getting another close battle. We do have a pass. We've got one of the Aston Martins, I think it is. There we go.
Just saw Tom Brown trying to poke a nose in on Evil Homer.
Yep, we're just watching that just now as they come down into turn 5. Tom Brown got the DRS, but not close enough.
Guy with a beautiful switchback on error voice.
As he comes down into turn 5 as well. Both hard compound runners. 8 laps for Guy and 10 for error voice at the moment. Let's jump back to...
You got Damalek joining the fray now, coming up to the gearbox of error voice.
The thing that threw me was the Aston Martin close to the Red Bull in the start-finish rate, but it's Thomas Tornau just lapping Tomo at the moment. Monster. Obviously ghosting is allowed in all 3 tiers, folks. We've not had...
Error voice running very wide, which allowed Damalek through.
So again, another change there. We've still got a lot of different strategy calls, a lot of different races going on here.
In the slipstream of Evil Homer goes to the inside and
through he goes.
Makes the move stick.
He does indeed. So again, brave move up the inside, and you do have to have the conviction to go into turn 1. You need to make that choice early. It isn't one of those corners that you necessarily want to make a late decision on.
No. You have to be very calculating on what you want to do.
Definitely. Let's just look at the intervals between the drivers as it sort of calms down. So we expect soft compound tires, so we expect pretty much Alex, Dumbest Hornet, Grimo to probably start to come into the pits this lap. Alex is continuing on, but he's got Ollie T, who's a lap down, just unlapping himself there. DRS. So Alex, in terms of those that lap time, so let's just go on board with him. Let's just have a look at how that car is feeling as he comes out of turn 4. Nicely planted, little kick of oversteer there, nothing too major though as he does come in. He's only a 1/10 of a second down on his own fastest lap personal best, so he's keeping those tyres in really good condition.
All the intervals are quite spread out because no one's within 1 second of another driver. They're all quite spread out now.
They are indeed. We're just about a second.
Mind you, I think Monster's gradually crawling in Dumbest Hornets on those medium tyres.
Yeah, he was around about 0.8 of a second as they came into turn 5 there, but that lead has stretched to 1.2 in the tight and twisty section. What he will be looking for is to get the DRS activation. DRS activation halfway through turn 15. Bottom right hand side, as you see the map, just the cars that are just going over there, just slightly down for the street. Oh, we've got Tomo 222 gets a 10-second time penalty for corner cut. We do have a yellow flag. It's one of the Red Bulls, I think that is Tomo.
It's Tomo.
It is indeed. He's lost his front wing as well. Ollie T, 120.0, fastest man on the circuit as we speak. We've got one of the McLarens in the pits, and that is Martin Hills.
Dumbest Hornet's pitting from second.
He is indeed. So he's decided that he is giving up those hard compound tyres.
He's going on to a set of mediums.
So he is probably going to go on a 2-stop strategy. Alex, 0.3 of a second down on his
Lope's in as well.
So it's all now starting to play out, folks. Lope we're on board with. 50 mile an hour speed limit in the pit lane here at Portimao.
Will be mediums as well. Yep, medium tyres for Lope.
One of the Red Bulls in, that will be Tomo. We're just watching Smith there in the battle with his teammate Nico Lack. Nico Lack got DRS. He is going to be... Is he going to have enough speed to pass him into turn 1? No, he doesn't. The Aston Martin will... the Aston Martin? The Alfa Romeo will live to fight another day, looking from the rear wing though, just back from Sprint 96 at Nico Lack. Beginning to close. Coming up over the blind crest that is turn 4, and he's got enough of a comfort zone. Even though Nico Lack will have DRS, he's got enough of a comfort zone. Our race leader is in the pit lane. Alex pitting. Getting rid of those soft compound tyres, 13 laps, great run on him. Monster is going to go into the lead on those medium compound tyres. What is Alec going to go on to? Is he going to go on to the soft, hard compound tyres, which he could take through, or is he going on to those mediums?
Grimo's pitting off for the
He's on to mediums.
Well. Alex going medium. I think a lot of the soft runners are going for the medium tyres.
Yeah, Mark now second on those hard compound tyres. The whole thing is though, even if he'd started on the soft...
Grimo's gone hard.
Now, so he has gone on to the strategy that I was just about to talk.
Wing change as well.
Yes, so he is going on to the strategy which I was just about to talk about, which is we're on lap 15. We've got 18 laps towards the end of the race. It is very easy enough to get those hard compound tyres to the end. You're going to save yourself some time. Now we're just on board with Loppe, and he's going to see Grimo in front of him. We've got a yellow in sector 2, one of the McLarens.
I think
is that Martin that's gone round?
Yes. Martin at turn 8.
Turn 8 is catching a significant number out.
Tom Brown still going on the soft tyre.
We did see, as we said, about 20 laps someone did on practice yesterday, so it's possible. It's likely to be slow.
Oh, I see a lot of polystyrene everywhere with an Aston Martin.
One of the Aston Martins, is that Thomas Hornet? It is!
Yes.
He's gone, he's round, and he's round, folks, as we come out of turn 11, which is Portimao, on turn 12. And he is back on track now.
I was on board with Tomo, and
Monster pits.
At the bottom of the screen there was a polystyrene board just flying everywhere.
And Monster's gone into the hards, so he is doing a one-stop strategy.
And look who's leading the race now.
Mark on his hard compound tyres. Jacob, though, will be absolutely chomping at the bit to narrow that 3-second gap. At the moment, we've got a yellow, we've got one of the Alpines, Ghetto Biggie.
Ghetto Biggie at turn
8. He's gone round. He will be looking not with fondness at Portimao. He will be already looking forward to the next race.
I believe it's Spain, isn't it?
Spain is the next race. We are literally we are going from whatever the Portuguese is for hello to an hola as we move to the Circuit de Catalunya in 1 week's time. Don't forget, folks, in just under 1 hour's time, you have Tier 1 racing, where I will be running from the commentary box in about 40 minutes, down to put my McLaren overalls on, and Carl, you will be just relaxing, watching the stream and thinking, right, seen a couple of races now, and how am I going to do it on Wednesday night?
Mind you, I'll be probably jumping in the Aston and doing a little private practice session.
Yeah.
So, these private practice sessions are not cheap, may I add.
No, they are not. Jacob in the pit lane. He is going on to the hard compound tyre, so he is doing what Monster has done. Tom Brown has decided 15 laps is enough on those soft compound tyres. I have had enough of them, and I am going onto the medium. I would expect him to go onto mediums. Or is he going on to the hards? It's the hards. He's going on to the hards. Damalek, 14 laps on those medium compound tyres. So can Alex get those mediums to the end of the race? Possibly. Monster will get those hards to the end of the race. Yes, he will. We've got Stub, who's still to pit.
And I can definitely say right now, Monster's hoping to get a little bit of the bubbly after this one and probably get on the podium.
He is. We've got 3 drivers that have not stopped yet. Mark, Stub, who you're watching, and Era Voice in the Alpha Tauri. And let's have a look at the position changes. Up 12 places, Loppe, who has stopped. Down 10 places, Thomas Hornet, unfortunately, after that. Spin coming out of turn 11 into 12. Ghetto Biggie down 11th, and Thomas Hornet gets a 3-second time penalty there. Mark up 5 places, Stub up 7 again. Stub still yet to pit.
I think Jacob made a mistake into turn 8 because he's just lost a few places, and
we've got one of the Alpha Tauris as well.
Turn 8. Voice at turn 8, so that's 2 people at turn 8.
Just on board with Guy in the Ferrari, so he didn't have a great lap 1. Pitted, went on to the hard compound tyres.
Big is retired.
Oh, and is this going to bring out a safety car or not?
Oh, and so's Tomo.
Oh, right, we'll keep an eye on that. We're just looking at the moment. Safety car. So we did say we didn't have a safety car, folks. We've got to lap 18, exactly half distance, and this brings an entirely new complexion onto this race.
Mark pit?
He's got to. He's got to pit.
Yeah,
the thing is, I'm now going to start to say, well, you've got Mark who's going to have to pit, so he's done well. He's done 18 laps on those hard compound tyres, so he's sticking to his practice strategy.
Alex can weather it. I mean,
he can weather. He can stay out.
Monster can stay.
Yep, Stub will also be pitting. I would expect Guy to pit because he had to pit in lap 1.
Alex to pit as well.
Yeah. And we've got already Dumbest Hornet, Smith, Nico Lack and Era Voice already in the pit lane. We have lost 2 drivers from this race in the space of a number of corners, which has brought out the safety car, the red Mercedes safety car here at Portimao. So, Mark's got a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings, and he's going to dive into the pits. He is indeed.
Oh,
and he had to just, he did. Hopefully, I don't think he lost anything. Alex continues. Monster will also stay. What is Mark putting on? He's putting on the medium compound tyres, so he is going to face up to his rival in Alex and say, I am going to go on the same tyres as you. Monster is going to pass him though. He should get past him in the pits, even with the safety car. They are all running to a time delta.
Coming in, Guy's coming in, following behind
so
as
Mark,
well.
third on the roads. And he has pitted, and we've got Damalek. He is also in the pits. Is Loppy going to pit? He is not pitting, so he is staying out. Grimo doesn't. He was only on 2 lap old hards.
I know it. Wonder what he's thinking in that Alpine.
I'll tell you one thing though. Stoop's gone on to the softs, as has Guy. So they've obviously seen that others have done it. Scott's got a 5-second penalty.
Pitted.
And Jacob as well. So it's all going to become an interesting year. Tom Brown goes up into 5th at the moment. He's gone mediums. So I'll tell you one thing. Stoob, Guy, Damalek, Dumbest Hornet, Era Voice, they've probably seen what other people have done on the soft compound tires, seen it's possible to run them to the end of the race, but I will tell you one thing, they will be slippery characters towards the end, especially when you're going to be battling the likes of the hard compound runners. But those soft compound tires are going to have the beneficial part of, on the restart, having more heat and grip into them, and I would expect to see some fireworks in the opening lap after the safety car.
Very much. I mean, we've got a Mercedes out of position behind the safety car. I'm guessing that's probably Martin.
A Mercedes?
In between.
A McLaren.
It's Martin in between Alex and Monster. So Martin's out of position behind the safety car.
Yes.
It's a shame that in the game it doesn't allow back markers to unlap themselves, or at least get back to in position.
Yes, indeed.
Mind you, Martin's pitted anyway.
Yes. Just having a look at some of the Discord chat, folks. Not much, and crucially, no hands up for the stewards yet. So the stewards
My guess is there could be a few after the race, especially for probably some of the ping pong into turn 1, probably.
Potentially. Tom Brown is pitted.
And
I'll tell you,
Lurpy.
Again, Tom Brown though was on the hard compound tyres, a couple of laps old. He was up there, but he's obviously decided that he's better placed to go onto those soft compounds.
Nico Lack's come in as well.
Yeah, so all of those drivers who've gone on to the hard compounds have decided that they want the softs. So, top 5, Alex in the Williams leading 4-lap-old mediums. We've then got Monster and the Red Bull on 3-lap-old hards. We've got Mark on the mediums, he started on the hards. Stoop 4th on the softs, and Guy 5th on the softs. Guy will be looking to, he's been clawing back the position since the opening lap skirmishes. I don't think the safety car will be in this lap, folks. I fully expect it to come in at the end of lap 21, in which case we will have 12 laps.
It's usually about 2 or 3 laps the safety car's out for.
I'll tell you what, the penalties are mounting up as well. Let's just have a look at them. So Alex, our race leader, on 3 seconds. Monster second, 3 seconds. Mark, 3 seconds. Stuba's got 6 seconds, guys. Got 3 seconds. Evil Homer, the first of the drivers without penalty. And Damalek in 7th as well, no penalties. Grimo has 3 seconds, as does Dumbest Hornet and Smith. We've got Era Voice on 6 seconds. We've got Scott, who's got a drive-through penalty that he'll need to take. Martin's got 12 seconds. And we've got Loppy, who has 5 seconds. So all the drivers will be keeping their tyres warm. And again, though, if you are those top 3, you are going to really kind of think to yourself, I tell you what, Alex needs to be able to bolt from the start of the race, because those top 3 are going to become under significant pressure from Morgan and from Guy on those soft compound tyres.
Era Voice and Lurpy have come in again.
So maybe they've had a little bit of contact, perhaps. Ollie T has passed Scott.
Just watching the order.
Yeah. So Aerovoice putting mediums on now. So he's
Lorpe's serving a time penalty by the looks of it, because he's gone on to a set of softs.
He has. Fully expect safety car to possibly be in, and Grimo has got a 5-second penalty. One of our stewards saying a quiet night would be awesome. I fully concur. I'm sure when it comes to tier 2 there'll be none, and tier 1 will be clean as a whistle as well. Bearing in mind, folks, new track to the game. We didn't have this in the 2020 game, and we had a virtual safety car at the start of the race. We have had one safety car, which you are currently watching just now. And just for those who are joining us and might not quite know the rules of Formula 1, the DRS activation does not come into effect until 2 laps after the safety car.
Sorry.
That's all right. I was just thinking, I've never heard.
Safety car in.
It is indeed safety car in this lap. So DRS will not become active until the end of lap 23, folks. The first time they will get to use it in anger is lap 24.
Where will Alex decide to go?
We are going to jump on board with him, and we are going to look from the rear wing of that Williams monster, keeping up close, almost kissing the back of the Williams, going, I'm not letting you get away. What Alex doesn't want to do is go too early and bring the slipstream. No. When is he going to go, folks? He's weaving.
I'm just on T-cam on Monster.
Yep, we're just keeping an eye. He's still weaving. He's
thinking.
He's going, folks. And Monster is following him. Mark in the Mercedes in third. We then got Stu in the Aston Martin. And we're seeing they are closing. As we go into turn 1, Monster into second, Mark into third at the moment. We've got Stu there and Guy. So the top 5 retain, and the Red Bull running wide as we come into turn 2. We do have a yellow flag. One of the Aston Martins has gone round. Or one of the Alpha Tauris, sorry. We're watching Guy. We're watching Guy, who is going to look to go past Stu, who's also lining up Mark at the same time. Isn't going to be 2 passes as Mark going to lose 2 positions, and we've got all 3 of them, 3 abreast coming into turn 5 there. And Guy, it was almost as if
still there.
Still Guy going there, and Mark he just lets him go in front. It was almost as if Mark kind of planted it. One of the Williams has gone up the inside.
Evil Homer.
Mark's down
on the inside.
Mark's down to 6th place at the moment. Stu's past him. Mark's going to have to watch. Has he got maybe a little bit of damage? He's falling down the positions as we go through into the roller coaster section. We've got one of the McLarens there. Jacob almost got up the inside. Alex still leading at the moment. 2.6 seconds clear of Monster. He is setting his stall out right now. As we come now to the end of the first lap, we've got that battle, and we did say this was going to happen, folks. We did say with that combination of soft and medium compound runners, we've got Mark, we can see here just now. Jacob is going to get past him. Mark dropping down into 9th at the moment. Damalek in the Haas there is going to be looking to come through. We've got Grimo with Damalek behind him. Is Damalek going to be able to get the slipstream? And he's going to look to go through. Dumbest Hornet in the pit lane. We'll come back on that, but is Damalek going to go up the inside? No, he doesn't. On those soft compound tyres, Mark is fighting with Smith at the moment as well. It is action aplenty here at Portimao, folks. And Smith is going to go up the inside, is he, as we come into turn 4. No, Marks retains that 9th place at the moment.
Moved up to 2nd. He's going down.
Him and Monster fighting. He is indeed. Guy absolutely on fire on those soft compound tyres. Evil Homer up to 4th place as well. Superb for him. Morgan remains in 5th at the moment. He was 4th after the safety car. Grimo and then Damalak. Voice is retired from the session as well. I think he's in the pit lane, so we shouldn't expect to see a safety car there, but Voice has retired. Be gutting for him as we watch it through. 2.5 seconds the gap between Alex and Guy, and this is exactly why Alex went to get that gap at the very start, because he knows the speed is going to come from Guy there. We do have a Alpha Tauri, I think it is, that's potential, it's Dumbest Hornet, sorry. Let's just jump back on with Evil Homer. Let's go on to the back of that Williams as we see Alex, fastest man, 120.0. Is Guy going to beat that? He does, 120.0 as well. 300ths of a second quicker he was. Stub is gaining as we come down the pit straight. DRS now enabled. So as they come into turn 4 for that first DRS activation line, we've got Damalek has passed Jacob at the moment. Damalek in a 3-second penalty though. We're still looking from the back of the Williams. Morgan in 5th, Grimo in 6th, Damalek 7th, Jacob 8th. Evil Homer utilising a bit of his ERS, downtown around about 30%. Stubb's now going to be close enough. He does a bit late on the brakes there. Grimo is going to look to go up the inside, and it's basically just like the M25 at rush hour. Everybody is together. We do have Nicolette, the 2 Aston Martins.
2 places.
He has, he's passed the 2 Alfa Romeos. The Alfa and Romeos need to make sure they don't touch there. It's not going to help intra-team rivalry if we've got people colliding.
I'm just watching the gap between first and second slowly coming down as Mark gets a 5 second.
We're just watching Damalek and Grimo as they come now through into turns 12 and 13, and Damalek's going to go on the outside. Does he keep that place? Is Grimo going to force him out onto the outside? He does. Damalek can take it easy, although he's got Jacob right on his tail as well. Tell you what, Grimo is he going to always probably
Alex
just
19-1 and Guy with a 19-1. They are trading lap times up front.
And Damalek as well at the moment, and Jacob are absolutely going for it. Jacob's just in front as they come down over the start finish straight over the timing barrier, and he does jump in. Evil Homer and Stubb were battling it out. We will go back. We will keep you folks aware of what's going on at the front, but we have a great battle going on here for 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th.
Middle of the pack.
It is indeed.
It's all going off in the middle of the pack.
And we've got Grimo looking down the inside of Stubb, but he decides against it. Jacob and Damalek.
Inside of Damalek,
yeah, he does. Damasonic gets another 3-second penalty. It'll be a race to forget for him. So again, Evil Homer in that Williams. He's currently the highest placed driver without any penalties. He's going to be looking to keep that.
Guy's within a second of Alex now.
Let's just jump back up to that battle as we said. Will he get it? Guy has to go for it now. He has to put all of those good laps in. We've got Mark who's gone round, I think, as well. He has on turn 11 Portimao. He's become a victim of turn 11. But let's just jump back to the front, folks. 9/10 of a second the gap.
Yeah, he's going to get DRS.
He does indeed, he's got DRS as we come down the pitch straight. We are currently on board with Guy in the Ferrari. Alex is absolutely the battery deployment light flashing. 1:19.0. Superb lap. Alex runs wide and coming into turn 1. Is Guy. He's going to wait.
Pushing him round turn 2.
He is indeed. He's going to get DRS. Grimo is past Evil Homer though. At the moment we're going to stay with this battle though because Guy's going to get DRS. He's going to go down the inside, is he? Yes, he is. He is going to battle. Alex is going to battle to make sure. And he gets the pace. He gets the grip out of turn 5 at the moment. Jacob is past Evil Homer as well. Evil Homer dropping down the time. He's on 10 lap old mediums. Those mediums will be starting to go away. But this battle is the one that we want to see. Looking back from the Williams rear wing of Alex, looking at Guy, that red Ferrari. Absolutely haunting at the moment. Grimo's gone round as well. I don't know what's happened there, Carl. If Grimo's gone round. Turn 8, is it?
It was turn 8.
Turn 8, the infamous turn 8. Evil Homer now got a 3-second penalty. He was the cleanest driver up until that. That now goes to Nicolak. But here we go. Alex absolutely using his ERS down to 8.76%. Guy is going to get DRS. He's only 0.4 of a second behind. This could well be his opportunity, folks, as we go across the grid. He is absolutely flying. Goes up the inside, around the outside on the start-finish straight. Guy in the Ferrari goes into the lead. Alex drops to second on those 11-lap old medium tyres. That was a battle. It was a valiant battle. Oh, and Evil Homer is retired as well. Are we going to see a potential safety car here? Are we going to see it? It's a full safety car. We went virtual safety car for a split second. Full safety car. Folks,
you got Evil Homer lost.
And Alex is out as well, Carl. Alex has dropped out. Oh, what's going on here?
He's on the inside of turn.
He is indeed. We've just seen it. There he is. Out of turn 4. He's obviously lost it as we go through. We've had 3 retirements, folks, in a matter of corners. What an end that this is going to be to the Portuguese Grand Prix, folks. This has been a belter of a race.
I can hear the slamming on the steering wheel from here with Alex. I can hear the slamming on the wheel from here.
Indeed. He was doing so well. We've said it though a couple of times that turn 4, you have to be respectful of that turn 4, otherwise it is going to catch you out. Scott has pitted.
I expect all those people on mediums, and especially Monster on the hard, are probably going to dive in for a set of fresh softs here.
They have to. Is Guy though? This is going to be the key question. He's got 5 seconds of a gap. He may as well.
I'm on Guy now.
He's not. He's staying out.
He's staying out.
Monster is going to pit. He jumps in as well. Now is Morgan in the Aston Martin. He could potentially do the same. He could just stay out. And he does.
Staying out.
Jacob's staying out on mediums. Nico Lack's staying out on the softs. Schmidt is in on the Alfa Romeo. Loppy is staying out. Ollie T almost did a little bit of a jig there as if to kind of throw off. Grimo is in the pits as well. Mark is in the pits. He's decided 7 laps on the mediums. That's not challenging enough for him. He goes on to the soft compound tyre. Nico Lack, the cleanest racer at the moment.
It's all going to get interesting now.
It is indeed.
Especially with it being so close to the end.
It is indeed. I fully expect safety car to probably be out for another lap, which would take us to the end of lap 29. Start of lap 30, which would be 4 full laps. Only 2 of those would be DRS, folks. And that's crucial, especially for this battle up the front. Jacob into third in the McLaren on those medium compound tyres. He could be potentially a victim towards the end of the race with Nico Lack and Loppy. Ollie T staying out on those medium compounds as well. But there is Monster and Schmidt. Fresh soft compound tyres. Remember, folks, it was a wet qualifying. They didn't use any dry weather tyres in qualifying. They are all fresh. We are under our second safety car, full course yellow safety car conditions. At the moment, it allows us to get a bit of a breather car.
It does, especially you.
I will say one thing.
I will tell you this though, Nico is looking very, very promising here, especially with no penalties.
He is indeed.
Especially with how close we are to the end, and I wonder if the safety car's coming in, because I didn't see any lights on it, unless it's probably just my eyesight. No, it was just my eyesight. Nope. Apologies.
No penalties for Nico Lack, so he's going to be in a good place. Although we did say the same about Evil Homer before his unfortunate demise. But I fully expect the safety car to come in this lap.
Well, because it's that close to the end, the safety car tends to be out for at least 1, maybe 2 laps.
Yep. Martin's in the pits. He's going on soft compound tyres. We will have the Mercedes of Scott, who's just coming down the pits straight at the moment. Guy, who was at the front of the field, early doors, folks. Then went to the back, stuck on a set of hard compound tyres, and then under the first safety car, put a set of softs on. He has to watch. He's getting very close to the back of that safety car.
Yeah, he had to really slam on the brakes there, because the safety car does tend to go very slow in the corners.
Evil Homer did give some odds of him finishing the race before the race, and he's just commented saying, "The odds told you."
I ain't a betting man, but I probably would have betted Evil Homer not to finish myself.
I was sitting on the fence, Carl, because we had this conversation. Safety car should come in this lap. We should see that message at the top of the screen coming ever so shortly.
I'm just on board with Guy to watch the safety car lights.
It's coming in, folks. It is coming in this lap. Safety car is in this lap. Ballboy in the YouTube comments saying, what a finish this is. It is going to be a finish. It is very much going to be a bit like Imola. A bit like Bahrain was. We are having some cracker of a race here in MRC Season 5, folks. You cannot look anywhere because there is battles aplenty. And he's getting this guy. Oh, I thought he was going there, guy. He didn't. He's weaving, folks.
I'm going to watch Jacob here because he is very good at the restarts.
He is indeed.
Jacob.
We're looking from the rear wing on Guy at the moment. Jacob pulling alongside.
Almost alongside Stube already before the restart, but he's
just
having to watch
coming
it.
on. He is. Oh, and Guy's gone. He's gone, and Stube. And Guy's getting a superb launch off the start. Almost left everybody else for dead at the moment. Guy in. We're going to just switch to Jacob, as you were saying. Jacob currently looking third place. He's got Nico Lack, though, right behind him on those soft compound tyres. I'll tell you the ones we want to watch, folks. We do have a yellow flag, though. There is an Alpine that has gone round. Don't know if that's Grimo.
Grimo.
And I'll tell you one that you want to watch, folks. Smith and Monster.
Brown's gone.
And Tom Brown has gone wrong.
3.
We're just watching Nico Lack at the moment. He does have Loppy behind him, and Monster is up into 6th place, but Smith has just gone back up the inside. It's a battle of the fresh softs as we go now into turn 7. Guy got a 1.8 second lead from Morgan. Oh, and we've got, they have collided a little bit. They have indeed. Smith and Monster. Whoa. Monster, he was pincing in there.
I've jumped back up to Jacob, who's about
and Mark
7/10
Mark up the inside of Ollie. Mark back up to 8. Sorry, you were saying Jacob about 7/10.
Has opened up a 2-second lead already.
He has. The top 5, folks, are all on older tyres than 6th, 7th and 8th.
Everyone's got penalties now.
They do indeed. So let's just check where we are with penalties at the moment. 3 seconds for Guy, 6 seconds for Morgan. That could drop him down, especially considering they're all 3 seconds until you hit Dumbest Hornet in 10th place. On 6, Scott has 11 seconds. Tom Brown 3, Grimo 6, and Single Track 12. Yellow flag in Sector 3. I think that might have been one of the Alpines. But I'll tell you what, Guy is taking nothing for granted. He is powering off into the distance. We will monitor his progress, folks. But the battles between 2nd, 3rd, 4th, Smith and Mark.
Up to 7th.
He has indeed. No, we're just watching that just now. Remember, folks, no DRS until the end of this lap. So the very first time you will see DRS is at this point next lap.
2 or 3 laps with DRS. Yeah, two laps of DRS then.
Yeah, we are indeed.
Monster near enough kissing the back of Loppy.
We're just looking back from the rear wing of Loppy on that Haas at the moment. 1/10 back, 75% ERS at the moment. Damalek has left the session. Is Damalek? I think he went earlier on.
Damalek's out.
Yep. 6 non-finishers at the moment, folks, so we're currently looking from the rear wing of Loppy. Monster is all over him. He's going down the inside as we go into 13. Oh, they came very close. We can just see it there with the Red Bull. Is he going to go round the outside? We're looking from the rear wing again. Monster just lining up that move. Mark is there as well. Yes, he is indeed. Monster is going to be looking. He's going to be looking to get into the slipstream. He's trying to put his nose up on turn 15. That's a brave move. DRS enabled. The Red Bull is there. He's going to have to stick on the slipstream of Loppy at the moment. He is. He's going to be looking to gaining. Is he gaining? He is. He's going to look to put that Red Bull down on the inside. He's going to look to outbrake. And is he going to go on the inside? Did he come close? Oh, that was really clean racing between them. What could it be nice? And then Mark's got on the inside of 3. Oh, Loppy's fast. He's round. Oh, folks, this is getting.
He saved it though. He's ghosted.
He has indeed.
Saved it though. He ghosted, and that's Monster up to 6.
Loppy somehow gets the DRS, and Smith's coming down up the inside, and Monster there, Mark and Ollie T. Scott's coming into it as well, folks, in the Mercedes. Mark gets a 3-second penalty. Oh, it's all over, folks. Absolutely going for it. Mark up the inside of Smith. Mark is absolutely flying in that Mercedes. Got to watch the rear end though. He was a little bit of twitchy there, folks. We are on YouTube, not Twitch. We don't want to see twitches at this point in time. There is too much going on, folks. I said before.
Mark doing a bit of twerking out of
he is indeed. Let's jump back on with Loppy. Tell you one thing, we said stay till the end of qualifying, and we said it last week, stay till the end of the race. And Loppy's run wide coming out of turn 14, and that's allowed Monster to go up the inside. But crucially, that will give Loppy the DRS.
Nico Lack's going to look at DRS on Jacob.
Yes, indeed. You keep an eye on that. We're just going to watch Loppy because we're on the Red Bull of Monster.
He looks a bit too far back, but he's gaining.
Yes,
I think he's too far back.
Loppy's too far back because Monster was utilising his ERS energy there, but Stu gets another 3-second time. He's now 9 seconds, so crucially he's got an extra 6 seconds. Nico Lack trying to look up the inside, as we can see here. We're on board with it now. We do have a yellow flag in Sector 1.
That's Scott.
That'll just, hopefully no safety car. We are on the final lap, folks. Guy 3.4 seconds behind, but there is a battle underway for the podium positions, and I'll tell you one thing, Morgan needs to pull out a 6-second lead. I don't think he's going to be able to do it, and therefore this battle at the moment, Jacob would go into 2nd, and Nico Lack would go into 3rd, but Monster is there as well. He is saying, come on guys, there is a little bit of DRS before the line, but It is the final lap of the race. We are now with our race leader, Guy. We're just jumping back. We're watching the action, and we've got a yellow flag in two. One of the Mercedes has gone round. Is that Mark? I think that's gone round to the top of the hill. It has indeed.
It's Mark. It is.
So we'll just
Martin
watch.
lost it in turn 8 as well.
Where he drops it to Guy is coming round turn 15 of Gap, and he is going to come and take a superb victory on the track. Guy in the Ferrari takes the victory. Stubben's going to come across the line second. He's not going to keep it on. Jacob third. Nicolak fourth. Monster fifth. But then goes up Loppy. Then Smith.
1,000ths between Monster and
Nicolak.
Nico. 9,000s.
What a gap. Tom Brown up to 9. Thomas Hornet 10.
Retired right on the
and
last
Grimo has
lap.
as well. And Mark down to 8th. Thomas Hornet 9th. Martin's going to come across. What an absolute race, folks, here at Portimao. We guarantee you action every week here at MRC, and we deliver. But what a driver of the day the game is given to Loppy in the Haas there.
I would say Guy's got a big shout.
He does indeed.
Of the day,
he does indeed.
Especially when he had to pit on those hards earlier on in the race.
He does indeed. What a superb, like, couple of hands going up now in the steward's room. But what an exciting end to that race it was. Guy in the Ferrari there, Jacob getting second, Nico Lack getting third on the track. Remember, folks, these are all provisional results until all the stewards' inquiries are held.
My guess is the official results for both Tier 1 and Tier 2 will be dropped. I think my guess will be 3 o'clock
middle of the week.
On
Tuesday, Wednesday,
tomorrow, Tuesday or Wednesday.
So Guy wins on the track. Jacob then second in the McLaren. Nicolak third in the Alfa Romeo. We then have Monster 9/1000ths of a second, folks. That is how close it was. Loppy, then Smith. Stub in the Aston Martin was unfortunate. He was second on the track, but that 9-second penalty dropped him down. Mark in 8th, Tom Brown in 9th in the Alpha Tauri, Dumbest Hornet 10th in the Aston Martin. We've got Ollie T, we've got Scott, we've got Grimo, and we've got Martin. And we have Alex, Damalek, Eva Homer, Era Voice, Ghetto Biggie, and Tomo222 who did not finish the race. What a race, Carl. We seem to, as we always do in Tiers 1, 2 and 3, deliver superb racing. Safety cars just when you want them. But a superb race.
Absolutely, and I think everyone deserves a pat on the back, no matter where you are, because at the end of the day, you can only do as well as you can, and I think everyone, no matter where they were on the grid, they pulled it out of the bag on their own behalf.
They did indeed. What a superb race, folks. Join us back here on the MRC YouTube channel in 26 minutes for Tier 1. I'm going to run down. I've got my trusted papaya coloured Iron Brew next to me as I will be racing for McLaren in Night Shadow SC. Carl, you will be Bit W365 on Tier 3 on Wednesday evening. But Carl, thank you for tonight, folks. What a superb Tier 2 it has been. Well, we keep telling you we deliver action, and we do. But for myself and Carl, from Portimao, good evening.
Good night.